Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, I don't know where to look on this thing. Is it over here? Welcome back to the Basement Bar tour. Um, yeah, it's been quite a while, and I thought, okay, you've got to get one more out just to let them know you're still alive. You don't want those subscriptions expiring. And I thought, well, what am I going to show them? I don't know. And there was nothing in particular. So I went around the bar and I just picked up some odds and ends, which I'm going to group as souvenirs. So it's a random selection. There's really no logic to it, and I don't even know if I'll show all the ones I picked out. Yeah, so here we go. Some souvenirs in the basement bar. I'm going to start off with the very first one. Kind of a nice tin. That's you recognize that right away. Of course, it's Prince Philip and my dear Queen Elizabeth. There, a little bit of a close-up. The Silver Jubilee. Silver Jubilee. So I believe that would be 25 years. This would have had to have been my mother's. So it's not really my souvenir, but it's a souvenir of my mother, of course. Oh, my dear Queen. There she is. If you're watching the show about the royal family, they do exaggerate a little bit, but it's kind of fun anyway. So there we go. All right, first one, just a nice tin. There's a lid that goes with it, but there's nothing in it. So maybe I'll save that. I don't know what I'll put in that thing, but we'll keep that. That'll go right back on the bar when we're done. Something else. Here we go. This, and I kind of like it just for the picture. That is a gift from the Barstool Buddha. And of course, this is one of those things you just put your beer in and drink, keep it cold. You're holding, usually they're made of a cheap material. This is kind of a nice tinny kind of thing. For over 30 years, South Pacific Brewery has been brewing fine beers in Papua New Guinea. Now, the Barstool Buddha worked in Papua New Guinea, one of his first expat jobs. He's now retired, sort of, I guess, in Thailand. So, there you go. He would have brought that back, and I'd like Harold to know that I still have this in my bar. Thank you very much. What else we got? Well, we'll follow the same thing on beer. This one I just bought. In fact, I didn't even buy the beer. They were overpriced. I picked this out of the trash can, or recycle bin. This is from Mossport. And they put these out in commemoration of the very first race there in 1961. I was so disappointed that there were no races at Mossport this year. But that's the way it goes with COVID-19 going on. It was a light lager. Nothing special. I don't know about the beer, but I needed that. Now they're selling merchandise with that same number 61. And I guess the track layout is on the back. It's an excellent track. Mossport's a wonderful place to visit. If you're into car racing and you're near Toronto, it's a place to go. All right. Next up, my little tin. Now, I don't know if I've showed this to you before, my little pomade tin. It's possible I have, but it's worth a repeat. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this. This is a jar, and when people visit the basement bar for the first time, there's Dan Fulani. I make them, made in Nigeria, 45 grams. I make them smell the pomade. Several people already have. Oh, and it's still a wonderful smell today. It hasn't lost anything. There it is. You'd put that in your hair, of course. It's pomade. I don't. I love it. So that's a rare one. That's Nigeria. That's still vital. One more gift here. Look at that. A beautiful soapstone carving. This was a wedding present. In fact, I'm embarrassed to say, this is the only wedding present we actually ever received because we eloped. That story is in my book. I'll put a plug in later. And it was given to me by Brian and Maureen. Brian is moving today, this very day, December, whatever it is, the 18th. Sold the house, moving into an apartment. I told him not to, but he did anyway. But there it is. Beautiful. And it's the color that I love more than anything. It's called Olaf. And there's a wonderful story about Olaf that deals with our marriage. Written by their Maureen's sister, Sheila. There you go. Thank you. Expo. Everybody knows about Expo 67. I have the whole set of them here. These, I guess, are coasters. Expo 67. They're kind of in rough shape. They just, I mean, not from use, because they were cheap material and they were made to rust, lose their luster. In fact, yeah, it says Expo 67. Yeah, and that's the image for Terre des Hommes, Man in His World. But you got 4 of those. Something else from Expo. Yeah, one more while I'm at it. I might have showed you an ashtray collection, and this you would have seen this one. But it's kind of nice, see-through. Expo, and there it is, the U.S. Pavilion. United States. Oh yeah, they're even labeled. United States, Mexico. What else we got here? Yugoslavia. And of course, Great Britain right up at the top. So there, the light's shining through it, but you can see that nicely. It's kind of a good, and that's in good shape. So that would fetch a pretty price, I'm sure, for collectors sometime down the road if my children still have these, which is why I'm doing this series anyway. Copyright 1963. Canadian Corporation from the 1967 World Exhibition. All right? Let's go way back, way back in time. Look at this. Look at that. That is toothache gum. Toothache gum. There's still a cork in the top. I'm almost afraid. Oh, I can take it out. Ooh. Woo. Boy, that would wake you. If you were fainting, this would also work for somebody who has fainted. You just put this under their nose and whoa, they're back up saying, what hit me? Directions. Clean tooth cavity and insert a piece of the gum. If no cavity, apply to the gum as plaster. Oh, it's got French too. And this is prepared by Edmond Aubin, pharmacy chemist, Valleyfield, Huntington, Beauharnois. Valleyfield, Huntington, Beauharnois. Now that's special. I don't know who would collect these things, but that's our local area. That's my growing up. That's my childhood. So my mother would have had this, or father. And if you weren't going to the dentist, just apply some of the toothache gum and you'd be okay. Japan. Now, there's nothing special. I have several sake cups. Everybody has sake cups. I just kind of like it. It's very simple, very cheap. There you go. Nice size. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, ooh, I want some sake. So I'm going to go upstairs. We have some, which my wife calls cooking sake, but it's good enough for me to drink. I'm going to bring this upstairs with me. I should have had the bottle now. Yeah. Have a little drink of that. Isn't that nice? I love that. Nice colors, nice shape. Sake cup. All right. Guess where this is from? Woo-hoo! Now, this I got on my last trip to the States. The trip that took me to, God, was that the Florida trip? I guess so. And I know if I go through a small town, I will stop in the, recycle, good as new shops and find a souvenir. I won't go into a souvenir stop. I'll go in there. And this is good. It's really heavy. Life symbols, made in China, of course. The eagle. And what better to represent the United States? It's bolted on. It's very solidly made. This is old school. But boy, and you see that is a ferocious looking eagle. Whoa, coming to get you, buddies. That would peck your nose right off, that one. So I quite like that. It's fitting the America that we're dealing with today. Yeah, there you go. Souvenir of United States. Can't tell you where. Oh, no. This must have been from the trip to Vancouver. Yeah, via Route 2. I don't know. Somewhere in the States. I thought Kentucky maybe, but anyway. It's USA. This one. This little guy. Isn't that a beaut? Nice little Buddha. Little cup for your incense to put in there. Now, the story of this one, this was on an early camping trip with my wife when we still were doing tent camping. We had a canoe, and we found this. We went out souvenir shopping. I think it might have been raining. We decided we'll just visit a couple of shops. And got it home. My son, a younger son, was going to carry it into the house, and as soon as he stepped out of the car, he tripped, fell. This thing landed on the driveway and shattered. It is glued back together. You can see a couple of chips out of it there. glue marks around where the head fell off. But it made it all the more special. I said, don't worry. God, I'm looking at the composition here. It looks so nice against my head. Yeah, I like that one. That's a little Buddha. That sits up top on the bar. It's nothing special, but it's very special. All the cracks and everything. All right, put the Buddha down. Here's something, I don't know why. These are all Pokemon cards. Now, my kids were crazy about Pokemon, and this one is even in a plastic sleeve. That's Japanese. Some of them would have been expensive. They sent away. They had an uncle in Japan who could send them special cards by request, which were rare then. And I tried to explain they're not rare. They just didn't print as many because they want it to be rare. No, they're rare. They're hard to get. So they got them. This is Spirit Message. And anyway, I have this and another stack of these. I saved them. They probably would have gone out in the garbage. And I'm just hoping that one of the boys will decide he's going to keep his Pokemon cards. So there you go. All right. What else we got? Now, we're almost finished. Don't worry. Oh, this one. This is, talk about souvenirs. A piece of Yokohama. This would have been, they would have been repaving a road. And I knew, for some reason I knew, these things are gone. This is old. This is a very heavy piece that would have been part of the pavement somewhere. And I thought, yeah, I want that. Sorry about that. We got a little splicing to do. I wasn't recording when I held this up. This is a souvenir of a young man's trip to Greece in 1969. The young man would be me. Sold to tourists, gullible tourists. I mean, I knew it wasn't an antique, but I liked it. It says on the blade, of course, 1821. These are just made in a back alley. Ooh, a pretty nasty knife, though. My God, that would hurt. Nice handle. It's heavy. It's not as bad now that I look at it. I was embarrassed coming home with it. But there it is. It looks better on camera than it does in real life. This is Souvenir of Greece, 1969. Bought it in Athens. And it made it, it's got even a little snake carved in it. A lot of detail there. It's really not all that bad. Should try and sell it. It's held up pretty well. Yeah, that was Souvenir of Greece. So there you go. That's all I'm going to show you of that. The last one, unless I have a bonus, I might have showed you this before, and I'm absolutely in love. I'm crazy about colored plastic. And look at that. Look at the colors through that. Room 101. This was the key to my room in Setagaya Village, where our company built this most amazing college hotel combination, dormitory, everything. It has since been razed to the ground. Condominiums have been put up. That whole company disappeared. Long story, interesting story. And I am probably the only one who thought ahead to get a souvenir from Setagaya Village. There it is. Oh, this is everything to me. This represented that whole company. It's why I have a house today. It's very, very special. And I hope, even though that key will never open anything, I hope this is saved.